Hi, welcome. If you're like most people, you are dreaming about writing a book. Something like 80% of people want to write and publish a book, and sadly, in the past, only 2% ever accomplish that dream. But I have good news for you. There has never been a better time to write and publish a book in all of history than right now. There has been a seismic shift in the publishing industry, and there are tools and platforms available for you online. And even if you are a not techie person like I was, I can assure you, you can write and publish a professional book. So my name is Dorothy Holterman, and I am the founder of the Bertha Book System, and I am the author of Love Food That Loves You Back, and I am a New York City teacher who has, for the last few years, taught many dozens of people how they can write and publish their book, and they have transformed their lives. So I'm here today to share with you some of my best tips so that you can start right after this video planning on how you can write and publish your book. Now, years ago, in 2012, it seems like many more years ago than it really was, my world sort of collapsed. I had been displaced from downtown Manhattan, and I moved to the Gulf of Mexico in time for hurricanes, the most famous being Katrina, and I experienced lots of diseases, so I call that like I had a decade of diseases and disasters. And after that, I just honestly, I could not go back to law or, the corporate world. That was really killing me. I knew I had to make a really big change in my life. So I embarked on my healing journey, and I decided that I wanted a new career. I wanted a career that would help other people. So I became a nutrition counselor. And I loved being a nutrition counselor. I still love being a nutrition counselor. And I realized, though, kind of soon thereafter, that I really couldn't have the impact, and I wasn't making the income that I needed for the healthy life that I just, was not negotiating away anymore. I had done that for too many years. So I realized, I had been through a lot, and I wanted to share what I had been through and the lessons that I had learned along my healing journey and along changing my career paths and, just overall changing my being. And I also just really needed a credential that would help me propel my new career to a new level of success. I also just really wanted to impact more people than I could working one-on-one, as lovely as that was. So I decided, okay, I'm going to write a book. There must be people that can help me. And, I started to take some courses, and I hired some consultants, and I sat at my computer, and somehow or other, I just really, really, really struggled all through the writing of my book. And I felt, that I kept stumbling onto new information and better information. So after, a couple of years of really struggling, the book did get published, and it did achieve everything I wanted it to, and maybe even more. It made me feel confident again. It made me feel proud of myself. I was earning, a living that I can live comfortably again. I was servicing a lot of people. I had, calls from health grades to do a video series, and suddenly, I'm standing next to MDs and PhDs, and, because I'm a published author. So a local yoga studio, my studio that I go to, asked me, gee, Dorothy, would you like to teach a class? We're sure, other people in the studio would really love to know how you accomplished this feat. So that's how I developed my Birth a Book system. I reviewed everything I had learned over the several years, and I realized, wow, this system would really help so many people accomplish their dream to become a published author. So I put it together and I taught it, I thought, for a one-off in the yoga studio. But when I saw the response, over 17 people came to the first class. And like within 4 months, 4 of them published their book and changed their life. You could see how their life changed, how they felt about themselves changed. And then a lot of them went on to write more books. Some of the people who came to the class didn't actually finish their book, but they got crystal clear on new careers and changes they wanted to make in their lives, something I didn't really expect to happen while they continued to work on their book. There was a transformation that happened. So I started to teach in other places. The Tibetan Museum asked me would I like to teach there. I taught in the New York City Open Center, and I have been having wonderful results. So last January, I decided I would try to put the course online, and I sent out a survey, and I found a lot of interest. And this summer, I launched my very first Birth a Book online course. And if you know anything about online courses, most people start and very few people actually finish. And I'm proud to say, like 90% of the people who took the course have finished, and all of them are approaching becoming published authors. So I thought, I have to do it again. So I sent out another survey to everybody. You may have gotten it, and if so, thank you for filling it out. And I wanted to know, okay, so what more do you want to know? Or I wanted to hear from more people. And again, I got an amazing response to the survey. And in my survey, 84% of people said they wanted to write a book in 2019. And I'm telling you, that is absolutely doable. I'm starting my next class in just a few weeks. Imagine how you will feel if you're one of the people who come on board. So today, I want to share with you some things that you can start right now. 1, how do you start a book? That must be the number one question everybody asks me. And the number one answer is, do not start writing. That's where so many people go wrong. They start writing, and they have no idea what their book is about. They have no idea what kind of life they want to live after their book. I call it your Beyond the Book strategy. And they're not connecting the dots between what lights them up, what lights other people up, what you can earn a living doing, and what the world needs. So right away, I want you to start, get a piece of paper and cut it in 4 quadrants and start playing with that concept. What lights me up? What excites me? What do I know? What are other people like and need? What do they ask me questions about? How could I possibly earn a living doing this? There's so many opportunities, especially if you're a wellness professional or a coach or want to be in the helping industries, or if you want to be a business coach or a spiritual leader. You know, you could teach courses, you could give talks, you could become a professional speaker. There were so many ways I earned additional income once I became an author. It was like amazing. Suddenly, instead of one-on-one clients, I'm being asked by corporations. I'm asked to do videos. I'm asked to go on summits. I'm asked to talk, to go to retreats. I wound up developing my own book writing retreats. You don't even know half the possibilities, but start to imagine, because you want to build a book that would be a foundation for that. You want to be able to earn income from your book. It's a big endeavor. You want to get a return. It's an investment. And you want to think, is this something that the world needs? Because if it's something that the world needs, it's going to give you so much personal satisfaction to feel, you came and you made your contribution to this crazy, chaotic world. So in just a few days, I am going to be releasing more of the details of this upcoming course. And it's going to include exactly how you create your book foundation. It's also going to teach you how to understand that the book is a conversation. And the more you get crystal clear who that conversation is to, the better the book will be. Because then you can curate the stories in your life or your clients' experiences that absolutely connect to that reader. So what I need you to do today is to start getting a piece of paper out. Think about what kind of people. For me, I looked at yogis, I looked at wellness professionals, and those are the people that I really love to work with. People who have inspirational messages. So you think about, what kind of people do you like to work with? Who's waiting for your message? When you get that right, the book will write itself. And then creating content. Creating content is, of course, critical. But first, need to understand who you're creating content for. And then your book is a journey for that person to where you want them to go. The last thing I want to share with you today is the seismic shift of the publishing industry to your favor. Because in the past, you had to beg a publisher to publish your book, or you had to spend, over $10,000 to self-publish your book. And neither of those things have to happen anymore. Now, you can write and self-publish your book by using a team method that I have developed, in which you find editors and cover designers that you can afford, and you do it via the internet through a really easy process. You can go and find places like Upworks or Reedsy.com, and they have consultants. And I have strategies that I want to share with people about how you can make sure that you find the perfect team to publish your book. So if you're a wellness professional, if you're a person with an inspirational message, if you're a teacher, if you're a coach, then this course will definitely be for you. And I assure you, you can make your book writing dreams come true. Because the world is waiting for you. And we need to save this world one book at a time. So watch for your inbox. In the next few days, you're going to receive another email from me where I'm going to really go step by step over the class offering and all of the details that you will need to make a decision. Last year, I was invited to speak at the Robert Frost Museum, and they asked me to recite and talk about his very famous poem called The Road Not Taken. And we think of it as a little bit different than it really is. We think of it as like a like a Yankee celebration of going off independently. But what it really is, what Robert meant it to be, was that we will have times in our life where we will be in a fork in the road, where we'll be given different opportunities, and we will make a choice, and there will be repercussions. So I suggest you take this opportunity that if you've listened to this video so far, take the path that's going to bring you to fulfill your dream to become a published author. So see you in the next video. Have a great day.